Earthquake is one of nature's most violent phenomena. It is the shaking or vibration of the surface of the earth caused by underground activity. Earth's outer layer or crust is broken into pieces called tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving and interacting with each other. They push against each other, pull apart, or grind past each other. Here are some examples of the ways the plates can interact. An earthquake occurs when the rocks break and move as a result of stress caused by plate movements. Most earthquakes occur on the edge of plates, especially where one plate is forced under another. Earthquakes can also cause a tsunami, or, in areas where there are steep slopes, vibrations resulting from earthquakes may cause landslides. One of Australia's most serious natural disasters occurred on the 28th of September 1989 when an earthquake shook Newcastle in New South Wales. It left 13 people dead and more than 160 injured. The earthquake had a magnitude of 5.6 and hit at 10:27 in the morning. It had an epicenter about 15 kilometers south of the Newcastle Central Business District and an estimated depth of 11 kilometers. The earthquake had many devastating effects. Between 1902 and 2005, there were only 16 earthquake-related deaths in the whole of Australia. The 1989 Newcastle earthquake accounted for 13 of these. There were also 160 injured in this disaster. Damage to buildings and facilities were reported over an area extending 9,000 square kilometers. The earthquake caused damage to more than 40,000 homes, 147 schools, and 3,000 other buildings, including businesses. Economically, the earthquake resulted in a huge amount of money lost. The damage bill was estimated at $4 billion. The total insurance payout was amounted to $1.2 billion, with over 70,000 claims. Environmentally, earthquakes can result in things such as fires, landslides, tsunamis, lost habitats, and soil liquefaction. However, the Newcastle earthquake did not result in these. Because it occurred in a rural area, instead roads and buildings were destroyed and trees fallen. Socially, the earthquake took a huge toll on Newcastle's community. It resulted in enormous intangible losses, causing anguish through the loss of life and personal possessions. About 1,000 people lost their homes, and huge amounts of people had damage to their homes, businesses, or possessions. 13 members of the community lost their lives, and this resulted in grieving family and friends. The earthquake came unexpectedly, and its effects left Newcastle grief-stricken and some scarred by the horrors that they were forced to witness by the natural disaster. People of Newcastle responded to the devastation of the earthquake with a remarkable spirit and great efforts to rebuild the city. Local emergency services and state emergency services were involved in the immediate rescue mission. Along with volunteers, they searched through the rubble of the buildings for missing persons, with 21 people unaccounted for at one point in the one building, the Newcastle Workers' Club, which was the site of 9 of the 13 deaths. In the month following the earthquake, the Disaster Welfare Recovery Centre assisted almost 14,000 people. The Department of Community Services established an office in Newcastle to deal specifically with problems arising from the earthquake. Applications for special earthquake assistance were processed here, and financial assistance was provided to the residents of Newcastle affected by the disaster. The department reportedly was able to assist almost all of those who suffered hardship from the earthquake. The money for the earthquake relief was provided by the state and federal government. Individuals should be aware of evacuation plans and risks of the earthquake. They should prepare for the hazard, for example, by having a natural disaster kit with things such as water, canned foods, clothing, a first aid kit, and tools such as a radio, torches, batteries, or a can opener, and some other things. This list can be provided by Red Cross. The Council is responsible for preparing evacuation centres and raising awareness in the community about the evacuation plans. The Council is also responsible for rebuilding infrastructure and ensuring that the building style and land use is that of an earthquake-resistant one. The government is responsible for many different things in the case of a natural disaster like an earthquake. Firstly, they must monitor the fault lines and other ways of forecasting the disaster. They must educate the population on what to do if an earthquake occurs. They should promote understanding of earthquakes and their effects, and improve earthquake-resistant design and construction techniques. And also ensure that there are evacuation plans in schools and places like this. They must organise emergency and relief services and are in charge of the supply of resources to victims of the disaster. Things like medical supplies and defence personnel must be provided by the government in the event of an earthquake. They also predominantly fund the disaster